Okay. All right. So welcome to our team call tonight. Tonight we are going to be covering a formula that's called the ADES formula. And it's called ADES because Alexis Doss, who is a coach, she created this formula to really help you build relationships and start conversations with people naturally. And so that over the course of time, it leads to an invite. And, we had just started a new coach training this week, and pretty much across the board, the number one thing people were requesting help with was inviting and just having conversations with people and not sounding salesy and not sounding pushy. I think that that's a big concern, and it's actually what kind of halts a lot of people from beginning, is just diving into the conversations, the inbox, and the inviting. So that's what we are going to talk about tonight. But before we begin, I want to share with you guys a little bit of perspective. Before we start getting into the ADES formula and inviting and all of that, I want to talk to you guys about why this is important. And I'm actually going to mute people just, one sec. Let's see, mute all. That way the recording's good. All right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about why it's important that we as coaches reach out to people and invite them. And the truth is that I want you to think about yourself. Where would you be if somebody didn't invite you? I think about myself and my life, and I don't even know where I would be or the type of person I would be or how I would have handled life's journey if it wasn't for me being invited over and over until I finally decided, yes, I want to become a coach, and yes, I'm going to dive in and go for this. I would be a much different person. I would be in a much different place. I think about myself and just what I've been through with going through a divorce and everything over the past year and a half. And one of the biggest things that has been a blessing for me with this business is the fact that I haven't had to financially worry. And I've gone from 2 incomes down to 1. So I've gone from 2 household incomes down to 1 household incomes. Didn't really do child support or anything like that. Drastically changed our income coming into the house. I have 3 daughters. They're all in private schools that cost thousands of dollars every single year. And nothing in their life has been disrupted because of money, because of lack of money. They didn't have to change schools. We didn't have to move. I didn't have to go get another job or a second job, or because I which a lot of women do. A lot of women, they have to worry about that and they have to do that. I didn't. And so the schedule with the kids remained the same. And I'm here and I take them to school every morning. I pick them up. Sometimes I'm winning with that and sometimes I'm not, because they're special on the drive home from school. But what I'm saying is that had somebody not invited me and stuck with me through the 6 months that I kept saying, no, I'm way too busy. Oh, it looks so awesome, but I've never done anything like that. I don't have the time. I'm not in sales. I just don't do stuff like that. Had somebody not stuck with me and kept coming back and inviting me, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I don't know how my life would be. And so I want you guys to think about yourself. Think about, how has coaching changed you? How has inviting changed you? How has the challenge groups and getting in shape and having a light at your end of the tunnel and having positive friends and personal development, how has all of it changed you? Because that's all of what Beachbody encompasses. It isn't just drinking Shakeology. It isn't just a program. It's like everything. It's all of that and more. So when you're thinking about, okay, I'm nervous about inviting. I know I should be inviting, but I'm super nervous about it and I haven't jumped into it yet, or whatever it is, I need you to know that It is life-changing, and it's a blessing. And when you start thinking of it that way, nothing else is going to change. The cost of coaching isn't going to change. The cost of the products aren't going to change. The way that coaching is set up isn't going to change. The only thing that's going to change is in here for you. And when you can understand how much of a blessing this is, and when you can start to look at it differently, then I promise you, you will start to look at inviting differently. And it's no longer going to be something that you dread or that paralyzes you in fear so you don't do it. It's going to be something that, yeah, it's going to feel uncomfortable, but you know what? So did riding a bike at first. Doesn't mean you don't keep trying. So did driving a car. It feels uncomfortable at first. That doesn't mean you don't keep trying. You must. And that's the same with this business. You are here for purpose. It isn't coincidence. I truly believe that. God has placed you on this team, on this call. If you are listening to this recording, you are here for a purpose. And so I want you to step out in faith. And I want you to understand that, to transform lives, it's not comfortable. It's not convenient. You're going to have to get very uncomfortable. You're going to have to be very much so inconvenienced if you want to live your purpose and change your life, change many other people's lives in the course of your family's life, whatever that means for you. If that means debt-free, if that means coming home more and leaving a job that you hate, or family vacations, or I don't know what it means to you, but here's what I do know. You are going to be forced to leave the feeling of comfort and convenience, and you are going to be pushed into feeling uncomfortable. And you are going to be pushed into things that are inconvenient. It is inconvenient for this call tonight at 9 o'clock after you all have worked, or you've got crazy busy schedules with the kids, and probably what you'd love to be doing is sitting on the couch, watching TV, or scrolling through your phone, just not thinking about anything, right? That's comfortable. That's convenient. But you're here. You're here. So you're willing to inconvenience yourself for your purpose, for your dreams. And that's what this business is going to require from you. And let me tell you something else. The more that you start to get uncomfortable, the more that you start to inconvenience yourself and you start changing the way that you're looking at things and doing things and believing things, and the closer you get to these barriers that you have in your mind, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of success. Can I actually do this? Who am I? All of those things that kind of swirl around in our head. The closer you get to this barrier that's there, your soul and your inner spirit, the part of you that's deep inside of you that knows your purpose, that knows what you want more than anything. That part of you is going to be pushing you to break through the barrier. It's going to be pushing you to the ledge and saying, take the leap of faith and go all in, because you're here for a purpose that's bigger than yourself. And your family's depending on you, and you're depending on you. And the people whose lives you're going to touch, they're depending on you to take this leap of faith. And the second you get close to that ledge, the second you start to really commit and really go all in, your brain's going to start talking to you. And your brain is designed to keep you safe, right? That's how our brain is designed. It's designed to keep us safe. Where our spirit, our soul, it's designed to bring us joy, to bring us happiness, to move us to our purpose. Our brains are designed to keep us safe. So the closer you get to this barrier, the closer you get to this ledge, and you're about to jump and go all in and take this leap of faith, your brain's going to start reminding you why you should back up. Your brain's going to remind you, look, who are you? You've tried this before and you've failed. You've been a coach for 3 years and you haven't even gone past Emerald. And now you think you're gonna, become a star diamond coach and build an empire of girls who are just like you. Your brain is going to start telling you all these things in their lies. And it's doing it to keep you safe, to back you up. But here's the thing. You need to be aware of that. I can't tell you how many times I myself, now that I'm aware of this process, I can look back in my life and see the times that I've gotten very, very close to jumping off this ledge and taking the leap of faith. But fear and being nervous and fear of failure stopped me, and I backed up and I didn't go for it. I can see it. I can see it in some of you guys that I do one-on-one calls with. I can feel your excitement. I can see that your action is aligning with your words of what you want in your life, and you're actually doing the work to achieve what you want. I can see it. I can feel it. I know you can see it and feel it. And then all of a sudden something happens, and you come off a really great month, and something happens, and maybe you failed forward a little bit, or maybe something, and all of a sudden you start to back up, and you're not fully there. And now you're starting to have self-doubt. And now you're starting to wonder, can you really do it? And then your action, it starts to decrease, and you stop showing up on a team call, or you missed it, or you missed that. I can see this happen in my own life, and I can see it happen with some of you guys on this team. And I am begging you, become aware of what is going on and be intentional about getting uncomfortable and being willing to be inconvenienced and work hard and take the leap of faith. Because had I not taken the leap of faith and gone all in, because as many times as I haven't on some things, there's also been times that I have, right? So one of the times that I have was when I mentally shifted that night when I missed my girls' Christmas concert because I was working at Salvation Army. That was a ledge moment for me. I was on the ledge, right? And I had fear talking me back down the ledge. But you know what was more powerful than that? My soul was like, you aren't going to miss your kids anymore. This isn't acceptable. Not when you have the tools inside and you've got this vehicle that you can do more and become better and do what you want. It is not acceptable for me to keep stepping back in fear and inactivity and excuses. And so I jumped. And here's what happens when you break through that barrier. Here's what happens when you take that leap of faith and you jump. It's just two options. The first option is you fly. The first option is your soul takes you on a ride and you are just laser focused and you are living in purpose. And the stars align, blessings happen. Because you know what? Good people should be successful. The world needs and wants good people to be successful. Why? Because when truly good people are successful, they do good for others, right? So you know, I look at some of my great coach friends, and it's like I just feel like God blesses people who are good, who follow him, who align with their purpose. And when good people become successful, whether that be financially, whether that be with their time, whether that be emotionally, when that happens, then you bless others and you do good for others. And that is how this is supposed to happen. You know, we've very much, I know people who, and you do too, who are not good people, who don't have like goodness about them. They can become successful and you can't really point to like them spreading blessings, but you can also find people who do. So when you take that leap of faith, the first option is you fly and you start to become successful and you're living in your purpose and you're happier and you are blessed and you are blessing others. And the only other option is you fall and you fall down. And you know what happens when you fall? You discover how strong you really are. It's the type of discovery that could not happen if you didn't fall. It's almost like it's necessary sometimes in life that you have to hit rock bottom to really learn what strength is about, right? And if you are a faith-driven person like me, your relationship with God and your dependence on God, it becomes greater and it becomes stronger. And when you rise, because you always do, you will be stronger for it. You will be smarter for it. Okay, Bria's coming to say, I love you. I love you too, baby. You will be stronger for it. You will be smarter for it. And you will take the pain of falling and you will find purpose. And that's the whole point of our team, pushed into purpose. Do you guys see the only two options that happen when you take the leap of faith? When you listen to your soul and you break through the barriers and you step into your purpose, only two things, and they're great options, right? So I want you guys to understand this, and I want you to know that, as we start to talk about, oh, here goes the pillow. As we start to talk about scripts and inviting, and this can be scary stuff for people, and it can be mundane stuff, especially when you're tired or you don't love it. But I want you to remember the bigger purpose. And I want you to remember that if you are truly, oh my gosh, come on, Brie. If you are truly, this is just craziness. I won't even be able to post this recording because this is the most unprofessional thing ever. But anyways, if you are truly going to impact and change lives, then you have to get comfortable with inviting. You have to get comfortable with scripts. You have to get comfortable with being in people's inboxes and being willing to enter their story. You are just pressing limits that are just crazy. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Boy, if this wasn't a recorded call right now, you would see me be a little upset about not listening because I told her to stay in her bed. All right. Can you guys see this? Just give me a thumbs up. All right, so before we start this, let's talk about what this is. I need to give my good friend and your teammate, Esperanza, aka Hope, a big shout out. And I don't think she's on the call, but she created this, not me. She put this together and she shared this with me. And she went through the art of recruiting with Josh Coates. And so she took the information that she learned and she created this document. And for those of you guys who don't know, Josh Coates is an amazing life coach, business coach, that I work with, and a lot of you guys on the team, a lot of you leaders on the team, you guys also consider him your mentor. You're in his legacy leadership groups. He's just, it's really been a life-changing thing. So anyways, he's got this system called the ADES Formula, and it's named after Alexis Doss. And basically, it is 6 steps on how you can start inviting and having conversations with people who you've never met before. So like you would go on Facebook or you would go on Instagram and you would find someone who you've never met before and you would become friends with them. And then over the course of 2 weeks, you are going to follow this system to build a relationship with them. Now listen, before we start going into these steps, and take notes if you want to take notes, but this document is in our team Google Drive, the Team Push to Purpose resources. I will share the link to this Google Drive after the call. Please save it because that's where the scripts are. That's where, that's where resources are for you guys. And then what you can do is copy this into your own Google Drive. If you're not using Teamsy or something and you want to use this exact form, use it. But, or if you just want to look at it in the team, Google Drive or whatever to kind of reference, you can do that too. So we're going to work down here on this line. All right, so let's start in on this. And if you guys have questions, type your questions in the comments. I can't see the comments right now, but afterwards I'll stop screen sharing and see them. All right, so here we go with the ADES formula. All right, step number 1, you're gonna find someone with 1,000 followers or more that you relate to. Now, this is typed out as if it's being used on Instagram, okay? But what you can do is easily correlate this to Facebook. So with Facebook, I would just say just find somebody that you can relate to on Facebook. Not necessarily like have a list of friends or whatever. But on Instagram, the reason you're looking for someone with 1,000 followers or more is because you want to find someone who is a person of influence already. You don't want somebody who has 20 followers because more than likely they're just there for like family purposes or whatever. And oh my gosh. Okay, on the bed. Don't come back on my lap again. Okay. So anyways, so on Instagram, you're going to look for 1,000 followers or more. Oh my God. So, or on Facebook, just add a friend. Okay. So, and how would you find these people? You're going to search through hashtags, or you're just going to add them on Facebook. So if you're not on Instagram yet, then just use Facebook. So you're going to add a friend, right? Now we're going to move on to step 2. You're going to follow them. On Instagram, you'd follow them. On Facebook, you just send the friend request and become their friend. Once you become their friend, or once you follow them, you're going to comment on some of their pictures or their posts. And so you'd comment, or you'd like a couple pictures or posts, and then you'd send a message like this, and use your own words. If you don't talk like this, then don't use this, but you can use this like draft, I guess, or the script, and kind of tweak it. But what you do is you send a message like this. Oh my God, I love your page so much. It's so inspiring. And I love the fact that you also like, do, or have blah, blah, blah. How did you connect with this person in the first place? So for Hope, she could say something because she has hypothyroidism. So she could say something like, I love the fact that you're fighting hypothyroidism with your diet. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I'm just making this up. How long have you been doing that, right? Or you could say, for me, oh my God, I love your page so much. Your girl's curly hair is beautiful. What products do you use? Tell me how often are you using them? Something like that. It's just a conversation starter. So when we tell you, okay, you need to go have 5 conversations today, this is the type of conversation that you're having, right? Okay, so that's step number 2. Then we're going to move into step 3. Continue the convo as it happens naturally. Don't, you're going to be like, oh my God, should I invite them? No, just talk to them. Just be normal. You've connected with them for some reason. You found them some way. So just have the conversation. Now, there's going to be some people who might not reply back to you. That's okay. It happens to all of us. Trust me. Okay. But then there is going to be people who are just friendly and nice, and they'll just talk back to you. Here's an example. On Instagram, there was this girl, her name was Daisy K. And she went through and liked and genuinely commented on like 4 of my pictures. Enough that it intrigued me, and I immediately went to her page because her comments, she was tagging me, and I could just tell she was really like genuinely commenting. So I went to her page to check out her page. And then I sent her an inbox like, hey, what do you do? Like, tell me. I know this formula, you guys, and she's not even a Beachbody coach, but she just naturally did this. She naturally was interested in me because she found me through a hashtag. And because she genuinely built a relationship by commenting and liking and stuff like that, it intrigued me enough to send her a message. Come to find out, she grew up an hour from where I live, and now she lives like across the country, and she has an awesome blog. I mean, the chances, but like what I'm telling you guys to do, she did to me. And I know the formula, and I still was like, I wasn't even thinking anything other than, oh my God, this girl is so nice and so awesome. And we talked back and forth for a while. So I just want you guys to know that. So anyway, step 3 is continue the combo as it happens naturally. Okay, step 4, after 1 week, you're going to send them a message like this. Use your own words, add emojis, do what you want, but this is what it's going to be like. Hey, random question. Do you have Facebook? Now again, this is for people on Instagram. I love to add positive people to my Facebook page, blah, 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 and, whatever. So here's the script. So if you're doing this on Instagram, your goal is to connect with them on Facebook with a script like this. They're probably going to come back and be like, yeah, I have Facebook. And then you can connect with them on there. If you're doing this on Facebook, then you can just continue the conversation. Just continue the conversation because you already have them where you can best build a relationship. Okay, step number 5 is like and comment on some more pics. So not only do you have the inbox going, you also are liking and commenting. All right, I'm gonna move this picture thing. I don't know if somebody just texted me, like maybe somebody's telling me they can't hear me or something. If that's the case, I don't know my phone. So somebody should unmute themselves if you guys are doing that. But anyways, okay. Step number 6, it has now been 2 weeks. So now you've spent 2 weeks building a relationship, Having inbox conversations and genuinely being interested in them on their page. So now you're going to send a message like this. Hey, so I've been following you for a bit now, and I love your vibe so much. Random question. Have you ever wondered what I do as a health and fitness coach? You have such a great personality that I think you'd be great at it. If you're interested, I'd love to chat sometime. If not, no worries. Boom. That's the script. Now, if those aren't words that you'd use, then adjust it a little bit. But you guys see the point here. It's short, it's to the point. And then at the end, if not, no worries, it totally gives them a way to not feel bad. And that's it. That's the 6. So within 2 weeks of adding a friend and starting conversations, within 2 weeks, you're either inviting them to coaching, or a message could also be inviting them to the challenge group. Hey, I know I've been following you for a bit now. I love your personality so much. Have you ever considered joining one of my challenge groups? Because I'm getting one together and I think you'd be awesome in it. So you can use this for coaching or challenge groups, but you're going to wait 2 weeks to build a relationship with them. And this is it, you guys. This is the formula. This is what you're doing. So not only would you be like posting on your wall and you're making sure you're sharing good stuff, but this is the formula that of inbox messages and conversations, and then also, the liking and everything. And it's a 2-week long process. Now, at step 6, they're either going to say, yeah, I've considered it, or yeah, I would love to know more about your challenge group or more about coaching. Or they're going to say, no, I've never considered it. Either way, you can still have conversations. And maybe they're going to bounce back to step 3. Just continue the convo, continue liking, and then just continue to have them on your list and follow up. I mean, this stuff is very, very simple, you guys. But having a script and having a process like this, especially when you're new, just trust the system because it works. So that is the ADES formula. All right, so let's see here. All right, I'm going to stop the share, and I want to take a break and ask and answer some questions real quick. All right, so let's see here. Is there questions? I thought I saw a chat. Okay. Does anybody have any questions at all about this? Unmute yourself. I'm just going to unmute everybody. Give me your feedback. What are you guys thinking? I'm going to ask Amy Wilson because you were on with me first. What do you think about this formula? Like, does this make you feel a little bit more comfortable with the whole, how do you talk to people and how do you invite them?
Yeah, I guess when it comes to step 6, have you ever had someone feel like, oh, they were just trying to be my friend to get something out of me? Like, I would hate for someone to feel that way.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. How you go about this and what your mentality is going into this is going to be everything. If you're going into this just to get challengers and just to get Success Club points, then that's what that's going to feel like. But if you're going into this with a bigger purpose, and whether somebody joins you or not, it doesn't matter. You may, recommend a book to them at some point. You may connect with them on a different level. To truly say, if not, no worries, like, mean that. And to truly say, like, I actually do love your personality. I would love, have you ever considered coaching? Because I would love for you to be on my team. And I'm not saying it just because I in my head, I'm not just saying that because I just desperately want people. I'm truly talking to girls that I would love to be teammates with. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it. It's your mindset going in. Remember, we talked about your bigger purpose and that this is a blessing, and understand that not everybody is going to want to get in shape or join your team or join your challenge group. And so that is okay. And if somebody thinks, oh, she just talked to me because she just wanted to invite me, we'll prove them wrong, because when they say, no, I'm not interested, keep being interested in them. Keep building a relationship for them. And when you have an opportunity to serve somebody, meet them where they are and serve them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I look at it. You know, I heard today, success built on dollars and success built on money is short-lived success. So coaches who are in this just to get rich and make money and earn money quickly, they might be successful at first, but eventually there's no foundation and that crumbles. But when you're here for a greater purpose and your success comes from truly serving others and helping other people, then you have built a foundation and your success will bring you income beyond what you could even imagine and allow you to do more good. But your purpose is not money. It's something greater. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what you need to remember. And it's okay to have financial goals. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that is not the foundation that you build upon. And when you look at people, you're not looking at them as, I want to get a success club point, or I want this, or I want that. You're looking at, how can I serve them? And that mindset changes everything. And again, you know, and so you might think, oh, this is weird, like a 6-step process on how to build relationships and how to have convos that's so salesy. It's not. But we have to create this system because none of us here are natural network marketers, or none of us here naturally know how to build relationships on social media. So these steps are here to guide us so we can serve as many people as possible. So that's kind of how I look at it. Any other questions? Okay, Sherilyn. Yeah, it is an amazing tracker. So you guys don't forget, in the Push to Purposes resources, you guys can access that. And there's some other like good stuff in there. There's scripts that she used, messages she used for anyone who likes the picture. She just inboxes those people and just sends them a message. And the script is all there. Just make sure that you copy it to your own drive if you're going to use it as a tracker and like type in. But yeah. Okay. Any other questions about the ADES formula? Okay. No more questions? Who is going to start implementing? Who is going to get inconvenienced and start implementing this ADES formula? Because here's the thing. Most of you guys are running through your warm market. You've already connected with the people that you know, like, and trust. Now you must expand. Now you must meet new people. And there are so many people out there for you to meet, for you to help. And you have to learn a system that is duplicatable and teachable. And for when you start to bring people on board and you start to grow your team. And this is the system that does that. And if you follow it, you will start to connect with people. You will have more conversations going and more friends than you'll even know what to do with. And people will start seeing you as someone that serves. And you'll start having challengers that will turn into coaches. And this is what that system does. Okay, good. So Amy Woods, but I am scared. Can I start with the challenge group? Yes, you can start with the challenge group. Okay, so I'm assuming you're meaning on step 6, instead of inviting to coaching, can you invite to a challenge group? Yes, you can. And a lot of times, I think that the best coaches actually come from challenge groups. So when I would invite someone, like a cold invite to coaching, I would put them in a challenge group first anyways. So yeah, you can just use step 6 to invite to a challenge group and then build relationships more, so then you can invite them to coaching and they'll know what a challenge group is and all of that. So yes, absolutely. Be scared, you guys. You should be scared. You've never done anything like this before. A lot of you guys on this call and a lot of you guys on our team, you've been around for a couple months. And you have awesome stories. I know that you believe in the programs. I know you know the possibility with Beachbody. It needs to be a mental shift in your mind to face your fears and get uncomfortable and get inconvenienced, create your schedule, and start using some systems like this to effectively just serve people and impact lives. So that's it, ladies. Okay, so here's the deal. I will put the link to the resources on our page. And so save that into your computer. Check it out. There's scripts in there. Like the scripts that I've created for inviting to a challenge group, I think that they're pretty good. I mean, you're going to have to change the months and stuff like that, but pretty much any objection, I've got what I would say right there. So you can almost copy and paste, maybe tweak a bit for your own, but yeah, it's there. So, all right, that's what I have for you guys tonight. I want you to remember this week as you're charging forward that, what your soul wants versus what your brain wants. And I want you to have the courage to get inconvenience and really step out of your comfort zone, so you can start serving other people and truly, truly live with purpose and give your family the life by design that you dream of. And this business can do it for you. Everything that you need is here. Everything. It's just now it's in your court. And can you mentally grow? And can you mentally push through? And can you be disciplined to do this and help serve people? And when you build success on serving, the income that you'll get will be like life-changing. It'll blow your mind. And then because you are good, you will pay that forward and you will bless more and more people. And that's a good thing. So anyways, thank you so much for being on this call tonight. Probably won't be saving the recording, but I will post it for the team. I'll probably have to do this when Bria's like at school or something. But anyways, yeah, have a good night, you guys. We will talk next week. And if you have any questions about the ADES formula, post it in Push to Purpose and tag me, and I will help answer them. All right, that is it, ladies. Have an awesome night, and we will talk soon.